I am moving on to bigger and better things. Well, sort of. So today I am announcing that allergies are a terrible thing. Today I'm announcing that I am launching on Floatplane. God dang it. Today is the first... Oh, the sneeze went away. Oh, it's so bad. Today I'm announcing that I am officially launching on Floatplane. So go subscribe over there. I'm closing my YouTube channel. See you later. Obviously that's not the case. So I am, of course, launching on Floatplane, which, if you're unaware what it is, and I tried doing some Googling to see if anybody had, like, a better explanation than what I'm probably going to come up with, and it was quite amusing to see how few of Linus Tech Tips' own subscribers really couldn't, like, explain what their video platform is, and the responses are funny. I'll include a couple screenshots of the threads here, but... So Floatplane is a secondary video platform that's built to allow creators like myself to exhibit some sort of independence from YouTube in a kind of fan-funding way. So think of it kind of like, well, if you were around for the whole Vessel ordeal, then think of it kind of like that, but ran by people from Linus Tech Tips and the Floatplane team now. But if you're unfamiliar with any of that, think of it like Patreon or YouTube channel memberships or Twitch subscribers almost even, or any of those fan funding options where viewers pay a monthly subscription to view content from the creator, but it's not a direct paywall because most of the content is stuff that will still be available for free on YouTube, just a few days to a week or so later on from when it was posted to Floatplane. So essentially it's paying the creators, like myself, because I'm the one launching in this video. You're basically paying to allow me to continue to create videos and develop an independence from AdSense, because that's super unreliable, and to help basically fund me to create more cool educational content and fun projects like what I've been working on here. You'll see that soon. And get early access to videos. And for me, that's a little variable because I don't have a set schedule where I'm already a week in advance every time. So sometimes it's only a few days in advance, but sometimes it's been up to like 2 months in advance. And these are things that I've already offered on Patreon. And I will continue to keep parity with all of my fan funding options, and I'll touch on that in a moment. But you'll get early access to content. You'll get behind the scenes content. So I try to do a weekly vlog talking about what I'm working on and the cool things happening with regards to the content and the channel. Those will be shared. And then anytime I talk about like a current setup I have going, like I'll probably do one on what's going on here and that sort of thing. Behind the scenes stuff, early access, and then there is live streaming capability that they've been working hard on within Floatplane. So I may do some special Floatplane only live stream things at the moment. But my goal here is to provide another option that I believe to be a better option for fan funding, and also a dedicated video site that will have its own advantages and things like that. This is still, I'm sure the platform itself is still considered in beta or something. They've been working on it a long time, but building a video platform from scratch is extremely expensive and time consuming. And they've been doing a great job so far, but there are a lot of really cool features coming, which will make my workflow a lot easier and a lot smoother, that I'm very much looking forward to. And so I mentioned, at the moment, if you are pledged on another platform, be that Patreon, DonorBox, Ko-fi or Coffee, YouTube channel memberships, Twitch subs, I probably have another one that I'm forgetting. If you're pledged on one of those platforms, you're not losing anything in the short term. I am trying to keep parity with all the different roles and tiers and things like that, and that's actually been kind of a problem for me in that this keeps me from kind of being able to easily separate roles or tiers, because if I want to be like, okay, you can just give $1 and get nothing and just say hi, or you can give $5 and get early access and whatever, I don't really want to like have to manually manage who gets access to what. So I just throw everybody in a pool and give everybody everything pretty much, because it's what I believe I should be doing, I guess. And so I do that, which makes things a little more difficult, but I keep everybody in parity. So no matter where you're pledged at the moment, you'll still get early access. You'll still get behind the scenes content. And I deliver most of that either through the platform on Patreon or YouTube, because those two give me the easy options to access you. And otherwise, if you're on DonorBox or Ko-fi or Twitch or whatever, I have a subs only Discord channel where you can get links to those videos and I share them that way. So I'm keeping everything in sync. So what goes up on Floatplane will also go up on YouTube as unlisted and be shared to everybody else. But in the future, I do see myself migrating a lot more of my kind of fan funding work if I come up with something new to offer. Or for example, they'll have a feature at some point where I'll be able to have downloads to go with the videos. And so I'll be able to provide like my source quality uploads or my source quality clips from my capture card reviews, things I've been trying to do for fan funding, but are very awkward to provide, without a dedicated download platform. And so I've just been using Google Drive and Dropbox and whatever, and that gets problematic in and of itself. So those kinds of things will make it a lot easier for me to kind of rely on them. And so in the future, I will eventually be kind of transitioning more of those features over to Floatplane. Gotta blow my nose again.
I also had someone ask, or a couple of people ask, what the difference in what kind of share or cut of the donation basically or tip that I get from the different platforms. And it's very complicated to give exact numbers due to all the different fee structures. But in terms of like a hierarchy, DonorBox actually gives me the most. It basically gives me all of it, unless I have like 1,500 followers on there or like donators or something on there. So DonorBox gives the most. PayPal's sort of in there, but they take more fees than just through DonorBox itself, weirdly enough. And then Floatplane gives more than Patreon, but it's like super negligible difference between the two. And then I have no idea where Ko-fi stands on that, to be honest. But the side platforms like Twitch subscriptions, DonorBox, and Ko-fi don't really give me a means of keeping up with everybody in the same way. So I manage that all through Discord at EposVox.com/Discord. I have a special monthly contributor role. And so if you aren't wanting to keep up with all of that, it's easier to use a platform like Floatplane or Patreon or YouTube channel memberships where I can directly post the videos to you. So keep that in mind.
And ultimately, I want to point out that my main content will pretty much always be free. When I started out on YouTube, my goal was to provide information I couldn't find elsewhere, educational content that I wish was already out there, and stuff that people keep behind serious paywalls, and provide it on a free educational platform. And that is still what I'm trying to build, and that is still my goal, and I will still continue to provide all of this for free. Anything that's limited to the paywall or to, these kinds of platforms will always be stuff that is extra content, supplemental content, behind the scenes stuff, things like that, where it's stuff I would never post to my main YouTube channel anyway. And so you're not missing out on anything if you can't pledge. I never want to pressure anybody to pledge. I've gotten a surprising number of emails from people who are like, I've got bills to pay and I've got this coming up, but I'm going to find a way to pledge to you. And I'm just like, keep your money, focus on your financials. Don't make an issue for yourself to support me. But if you do want to, my goal truly is to build a really solid video tech education platform and to build it in a way that caters to a lot of different niches. And I'm starting with, I want to build a dedicated platform for streamers, for streamer resources, guides, curating resources that I have found elsewhere along with my own content, ideally have other people contribute content, and create this big O hub for people to get started from day one, learning how to stream, all the way up to super advanced stuff that people have never seen before and may want to implement into their stream. People who have been streaming for years and still wanted to improve. And I already have the domain for that, working on the website layout, but I have a lot of cool plans to keep this whole tech education thing really rolling. And I'm very excited to move forward. And that's the kind of thing that you're supporting with this kind of fan funding stuff, as well as, and I have specific like milestone sets for Patreon to kind of identify this. But if we were to reach a certain point, then I could finally commit to doing a weekly podcast thing, which would hurt in terms of like content scheduling and taking away views and things like that. But if that's what you guys want, it'd be worth it for making it worth it to you for the fan funding and bringing back gaming content, because I've been receiving requests for that. That's actually how I got my start on YouTube. Things like that, more travel to events and event coverage, all of this. I have big plans, I have big ideas, and so you're just kind of helping make that a reality as I'm still growing in the channel and I'm not swimming in convention centers full of people like a certain other channel who I just recently went to their show for. Ultimately, that's all I wanted to share, was just I'm launched on Floatplane. It's public, it's available now. I'm actually only one of two at the time of recording on the actual new Discover page, which is kind of cool because it's just Linus Tech Tips and EposVox, which is pretty cool. huge, huge, huge thanks to everyone who came and said hi and shook my hand and talked about OBS videos and things like that at LTX. It meant the world to me. It was the best work event I've ever been to thus far. I may apparently be getting sick from it. Everyone else has the LTX con flu. My wife and I seem to have escaped it, but then we woke up today with the worst whatever we've had in a while. I'm hoping it's just allergies because the weather's pretty crazy around here, but oh boy, it's been pretty bad today. But it was a freaking blast. I posted an exclusive behind the scenes vlog for it for patrons, and it's on Floatplane as well. And then I posted a little kind of recap video to Twitter and things like that, and that's also on Floatplane. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. It means the world to me. And huge thanks to Luke from Floatplane and all of the Floatplane team for being super supportive and really making this happen. And thanks to everybody else at the Linus Tech Tips team for their support and everything they've done for me so far. So yeah, thank you for watching. Go check out floatplane.com/channel/EposVox, I believe. Link will be in the description below. I'll see you later. I need to go blow my nose for 3 hours straight.